Have you ever promised yourself that today would be different? Maybe you plan to start exercising, apply for a better job, speak to someone you've been avoiding, or finally begin working on a dream you've had for years. But somehow, when the moment arrived, you stayed exactly where you were. You told yourself, maybe tomorrow. At first, it feels like laziness. Then it feels like a lack of motivation. Eventually, you begin to wonder if something is wrong with you. But what if the real reason has nothing to do with being lazy? What if your mind is simply doing what it was designed to do? The truth is that your comfort zone isn't just a habit. It's a psychological safety system. It quietly convinces you that familiar equals safe, even when the familiar is making you unhappy. And understanding this hidden process might completely change the way you think about growth. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a swimming pool. The water looks cold. Your body hesitates, even though you know you'll probably enjoy swimming once you're in. Taking that first step feels surprisingly difficult. Life works in much the same way. Whether it's starting a business, learning a language, making new friends, or changing careers, the unknown creates uncertainty. And uncertainty naturally creates discomfort. Your comfort zone becomes a place where everything is predictable. You know what tomorrow looks like. You know what people expect from you. You know how to avoid embarrassment, failure, and disappointment. Predictability feels calming because your mind doesn't have to prepare for unexpected surprises. This feeling developed over thousands of years of human evolution. Long before modern cities and technology existed, our ancestors survived by recognizing familiar environments. Walking into unknown territory could mean encountering dangerous animals, hostile groups, or a lack of food. Staying close to familiar places dramatically increased the chances of survival. Although our world has changed, many of those protective psychological patterns remain. Today, walking into a job interview or speaking in front of an audience isn't life-threatening, yet your body may react as if it is. Your heart beats faster. Your palms sweat. Your thoughts become louder. It's not because you're weak. It's because your ancient survival system cannot always distinguish between physical danger and social uncertainty. One of the biggest reasons your comfort zone feels so powerful is that it protects your identity. Every person carries a silent story about who they are. Maybe you believe you're shy. Maybe you think you're not creative enough. Maybe you've spent years telling yourself you're just an average person. Over time, these beliefs become part of your identity. Once an identity feels stable, your mind starts defending it. If you've always seen yourself as someone who avoids public speaking, accepting an opportunity to give a presentation suddenly feels uncomfortable. Not because you can't do it, but because it challenges the story you've been telling yourself. Ironically, your comfort zone often protects an outdated version of who you are rather than the person you're capable of becoming. There's another invisible force working behind the scenes: the fear of uncertainty. Most people think they're afraid of failure, but research in psychology suggests that uncertainty itself is often more uncomfortable than failure. Imagine someone offers you two envelopes. One contains $50. The other could contain either $100 or nothing at all. Many people choose the guaranteed 50, even though the second option could be better. The mind often prefers certainty over possibility. That's exactly how comfort zones operate. Staying where you are may not make you happy, but at least you know what to expect. Growth, on the other hand, comes with unknown outcomes, and the unknown naturally feels risky. Have you ever noticed how people sometimes complain about situations they never leave? Someone may dislike their job for years, but never apply elsewhere. Another person may stay in an unhealthy friendship because ending it feels frightening. This isn't always because they enjoy those situations. Often, it's because familiar pain feels less frightening than unfamiliar change. Psychologists sometimes describe this as choosing the known discomfort over the unknown possibility. The comfort zone doesn't promise happiness. It simply promises familiarity. And familiarity is often mistaken for safety. Your daily routines strengthen this feeling more than you realize. Every repeated behavior becomes easier over time. The route you take to work, the chair you sit in, the websites you visit, even the way you think about yourself slowly become automatic. Your mind loves efficiency. Instead of making hundreds of new decisions every day, it builds routines that require less mental effort. This saves energy, but it also makes change feel unusually difficult. Every new habit asks your mind to spend extra effort. That's why the first day of learning something new often feels exhausting. while repeating old habits feels effortless. Social influence also keeps comfort zones alive. Humans naturally seek acceptance. Throughout history, belonging to a group increased survival. Being rejected could mean isolation, which once carried serious risks. Even today, many people avoid expressing opinions, trying new careers, or changing lifestyles because they're worried about what others might think. Sometimes the fear isn't actually about the activity itself. It's about being judged. Your comfort zone quietly whispers that staying the same protects your relationships and reputation, even if those fears are exaggerated. Another hidden reason comfort zones feel safe is that they reduce emotional uncertainty. Imagine sending an important message to someone you admire. Before pressing send, your mind instantly creates dozens of possible outcomes. What if they ignore you? What if they reject you? What if they misunderstand you? Suddenly, not sending the message feels emotionally safer. Nothing changes, but nothing can go wrong either. Unfortunately, nothing can improve either. Avoiding uncertainty protects you from temporary discomfort while also preventing future opportunities. One fascinating psychological pattern is that our imagination often exaggerates future discomfort. Before trying something unfamiliar, the mind tends to focus on worst-case scenarios. You picture embarrassment instead of success, failure instead of learning, rejection instead of connection. But once you actually take action, reality is often much less dramatic than the imagination predicted. This is why so many people say, "It wasn't nearly as bad as I expected." The fear usually peaks before the action, not during it. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. The first attempt feels terrifying. Every movement seems unstable. Falling appears almost inevitable. But after enough practice, riding becomes automatic. You no longer think about balancing because your mind has updated what feels normal. What was once outside your comfort zone eventually becomes part of it. This reveals something important. Comfort zones are not permanent. They expand whenever you repeatedly experience something new. The feeling of safety follows familiarity, not the activity itself. Many people believe confidence comes before action. They wait until they feel brave enough to begin. But confidence usually works in reverse. Small actions create experience. Experience creates familiarity. Familiarity reduces fear. Reduced fear creates confidence. Waiting for confidence before taking action often keeps people trapped in the same place indefinitely. Growth usually begins while confidence is still missing. It's also important to understand that stepping outside your comfort zone doesn't mean constantly chasing extreme challenges. Real growth rarely happens through one dramatic leap. More often, it happens through small, repeated steps. Saying hello to one new person, reading 10 pages of a difficult book, practicing a new skill for 15 minutes, speaking up once during a meeting. Tiny actions slowly teach your mind that unfamiliar situations are not as dangerous as they first appeared. Over time, those small victories quietly reshape your perception of what's safe. The most interesting part is that your comfort zone has good intentions. It's not trying to ruin your dreams. It's trying to protect you based on experiences from the past. The problem is that protection and progress often move in opposite directions. If you always choose maximum safety, you also choose minimum growth. Every meaningful achievement in life once existed outside someone's comfort zone. Every friendship started with an introduction. Every career began with uncertainty. Every expert was once a beginner who felt completely uncomfortable. The next time you feel resistance before trying something new, pause for a moment. Instead of asking yourself, "Why am I so afraid?" ask a different question. Is this actual danger or simply unfamiliarity? That single question can completely change your perspective. In many situations, the discomfort you're feeling isn't a warning to stop. It's evidence that you're standing at the edge of growth. Your comfort zone may feel safe because it's familiar, but familiarity isn't always where your best future is waiting. Sometimes the life you want exists just beyond the place your mind keeps telling you not to go. And every small step into the unknown teaches your mind a powerful lesson, that you are capable of far more than your comfort zone ever allowed you to believe.